Hi, my name is Masao Kobayashi. I'm a game designer on Naruto-the-Broken-Bond. Today, I'm going to be bringing you the dev diary for the art direction for our game. When we started production on Naruto the Broken Bond, we wanted to make sure that we were bringing something new to the franchise, but at the same time keeping the same feel of the anime the first game had. Naruto the Broken Bond is an action-adventure game, which means exploration is going to be a key factor. We wanted to make sure that our environments really supported this key factor by being very rich and very dense. We did a lot of new things in this game to make sure our vegetation looks better, as well as having different forms of life in the maps itself. Lighting is a very important part of art direction. This is because it is what allows us to provide different kinds of ambiances to the player. Naruto the Broken Bond features a very dynamic story with a lot of different kinds of contexts. We really wanted to make sure that we had a light setting that fit all of these scenes. We also created a new shadow casting system thanks to our next-gen technology. This allows us to create maps with a much more of a watercolor feel to them. The story of Naruto the Broken Bond is darker and more serious than the first one. In the beginning of the story, the Leaf Village is heavily damaged and Hokage is dead. We really wanted to make sure that the treatment of the village fit the mood and the gravity of the situation. This also gives rise to the main topic of the game, which is rebuilding of the Leaf Village. Unlike the previous game, which had 2D cinematics, we wanted to make sure that this game was going to have 3D cinematics from the get-go. This meant that we had to create our models in a different way. First of all, the models had to be higher resolution than the previous game, as well as have extensive rigging that allowed for facial animation. We also created a lot more NPCs throughout the game. Over the course of the adventure mode, the player will come across more than 70 opponents, as well as a lot more NPCs throughout the towns and villages. One of the major features of this game is that Sasuke is a playable character with a dedicated plotline. We wanted to make sure that the Sasuke portion of the game was very different than the Naruto portion of the game, so we created a very different visual style to represent his inner turmoil. During the day, Sasuke's world will feel very desaturated to represent his loneliness. At night, Sasuke's world will have a red sky and unnatural lighting to give it a very nightmarish feel to represent his tortured soul. The visual style also will be supported by sound, which will be very different from Sasuke's version to Naruto. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more dev diaries from Naruto the Broken Bond.